Outward Branch Library as their youth services librarian. And this is Book Stream for Tweens. And we're going to go ahead and discuss the books by Louis Sachar. More importantly, we're going to go ahead and discuss this book in particular, Wayside School Beneath the School of Doom by Louis Sachar, okay? All right, see that? Now, this is a 4-part series book, and I really want you guys to go ahead and look for the first one. The book, first one is Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Wayside School is Falling Down. It's the second one. Wayside School Gets a Little Strange is the third. And of course, this one, Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom. Now, they have 2 more books inside of this set by Louis Sachar. And the other books are Sideways Arithmetic from Wayside School, and the other one is More Sideways Arithmetic from Wayside School. The books are really funny. They make you think. They make you think about how you can act better or how you can be worse. And the people are strange, because people are strange. And you'll learn that more and more as you go through things, that nobody out here is quote unquote normal. So reading about the people from this school is very interesting. Louis Sachar himself is interesting. You can reach him at LOUISSACHAR.com. That's his website, and he has a contact page. And if you contact him, it may take a few days, but he's going to go ahead and contact you back, okay? The author was born in New York in March in 1954, and he lived down to the 3rd grade. After that, he went to school in Antioch. He attended school at Antioch College in Ohio. And while he was there, he returned to California to be near his mother. And he had a short but surprisingly successful career as a fuller brush man. And I'm supposing a fuller brush man meant that he went from house to house selling things. He saw a sign for someone saying they needed a teacher's aide, and he became a teacher's aide at Hillside Elementary. And from there, he went ahead and met the children, a lot of the kids that he met are in his book. Not the teacher, but yes, a lot of the students are. And he went ahead and he wrote this book in 1976. As a matter of fact, this latest one, is 25 years later after the 3rd book in this series. So never ever think that it's too late for you to do something, read something, or learn something. It's never too late. If you still have an interest in it, if you get an interest in it, you give it a shot and try to see if you can go ahead and do that, okay? There's no such thing as too late and you can't do it. So we're going to go ahead and read a section of this book and go ahead and consider getting more into Louis Sachar. He has a lot of good books, some scary ones, some funny ones, but more importantly, he has some books that go ahead and make you think and get used to the idea again that, yeah, people are weird, they're different, and it's okay. Alrighty then. So we're going to go ahead and read part of the first chapter, okay, from this book. This is the latest one. And the first chapter is The Bells of Wayside. It is very important that the children at Wayside School know the bell system. The first bell in the morning sounds like this. Whoop, 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 whoop. When they hear it, they know that they have 16 minutes to get to class. That's not too difficult for those in Mr. Hargrove's class on the 3rd floor. But Wayside School is a 30-story building with 1 room on each floor. Just think about that, having to go to the top. So for those who happen to be in Miss Jewel's class way up on the 30th floor, they must be ready on the first whoop. Todd was in Miss Jewel's class. He was stuck behind a mass of kids outside the building waiting for the doors to open. He jumped up and down trying to see over the heads of those in front of him. If he was late, Mrs. Jules would put him on the name on the blackboard under the word discipline. That means he's in trouble, right? The kids who went to class on the lower floors often dilly-dally. If Todd got stuck behind a large group of dilly-dalliers, he'd have no chance. Inside the principal's office, Mr. Kidswater sat behind his enormous desk as he watched the clock. At the moment the second hand reached the number 12, he shrieked into his microphone, whoop, 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 whoop. The doors unlocked, and the children stampeded into the building and up the stairs. Todd tried his best to weave his way to the front, but there wasn't a lot of room. 8 minutes later, Mr. Kidswater tugged on the rope hanging through the hole in the ceiling, and the second bell rang. Clang, 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 clang. Todd counted the clangs. 8. That meant he now had 8 minutes to get to class. 7 or 9 clangs would have meant something completely different. 7 meant a helicopter was landing on the roof. 9 clangs meant a porcupine had entered the building. Got to pay attention to those clangs because you never know, right? So far, he had only made it to the 7th floor, but he had finally managed to weave his way past all those dilly-dalliers. There was nothing to slow him down now. When he reached the 18th floor, he heard this sound. Shing-a-ling, shing-a-ling, shing-a-ling. Nothing to worry about there. That just meant that they were out of donuts in the teacher's lounge. The scary bell was the late bell. It didn't matter where he was. It always sounded like an angry driver was slamming on a car horn right behind him. It made Todd jump every time. He quickly dashed from the 18th to the 20th floor. There was no 19th floor. His legs were sore and he was breathing hard as he reached the top. Just ahead, he could see Joy entering the classroom. "Don't shut the..." Todd shouted. Joy shut the door behind her. "Who's that?" said Todd. He was just opening it when the horn blared, as if right behind him. "You're late, Todd," said Mrs. Jules as he entered the classroom. "Write your..." "I know," he said. He wrote his name on the blackboard under the word discipline. Other bells rang throughout the day. At noon, the lunch bell kaboinked 3 times. 3 kaboinks meant macaroons and cheese. Ew. The bell for recess was just a single ding, but nobody ever missed it. At the end of each day, Mr. Kidswater would bang a giant gong with a large iron mallet. It was his favorite thing about being principal. Todd sat at his desk, glumly looking at the blackboard. The day had started off badly for him and had only gotten worse. There was now a check mark next to his name under the word discipline. Next to that, Mrs. Jules kept adding new homework assignments. Read a book, write a book report, draw a picture. Don't forget your paperclip. History. Read pages 55 through 59 and answer questions on pages 61 and 62. Math worksheet. Do even and odd numbered problems. Science. Read pages 29 through 34 and do the experiment on 37. Todd had a sick feeling in his stomach, and it wasn't just the mac and cheese. In big letters across the top of the blackboard, Ms. Jules had written, "Ultimate test starts tomorrow." Ms. Jules had been warning the class about the ultimate test all year. The test would last for 3 days. If he failed, Todd would be sent back to kindergarten. And he heard it, the most magical bell of all. Ping, pong. This bell had only rung once in the history of Wayside School, and nobody knew who rang it, but everyone knew what it meant. All around, kids began cheering and clapping their hands. Shouts of joy could be heard coming from every floor of Wayside School. Todd just sat there in stunned disbelief. It rang again. Ping, pong. It was Erase the Blackboard bell. Mrs. Jules had no choice. She picked up the eraser. Up and down Wayside School, teachers were doing the same thing. Todd smiled as the homework assignments was wiped away. The ultimate test was canceled. His name was removed from the discipline list, and even the word discipline soon disappeared. Deep in the basement, a man with a black mustache snapped open a black attaché case. Another man, also with a black mustache, placed a small silver ball into the case. A third man, who was bald, put in a solid gold ping pong paddle. So they were playing ping pong. And that's how he got out of everything. I really like these books. The stories, if you're not really into really long stories, it's not that long. It's only 182 pages, and the words are not teeny tiny small. I really want you guys to go ahead and look into Hoopla. We have hard copies on the shelf. We have them in Hoopla. We also have them in Overdrive. So please go ahead, go look for these books by Louis Sachar and go ahead and read them so you can go ahead and, you know, have a good summer. You're going to read something. Your teachers and your parents are going to ask you to read something. Read something fun. Read something that you enjoy, okay? It's been really nice meeting up with you guys and telling you about the author, telling you how you can go ahead and get in contact with him. Please take part in the summertime reading program that we have going on. And please go ahead and visit the library sometime soon to check out some books in person, okay? All right, guys, we do miss you. Have a good one.